Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Bulls Club. I believe there was some technical issues. That's why we could not come earlier than this. There we were facing this technical issues. That's why this challenge that we are seeing today. This is temporary, guys. Don't worry about it. Okay. So, guys, do we have people coming in? Do we have more people joining in to the stream? And we'll get started, guys, right? Yes, we have a few people joining in. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me? Just let me know by commenting in the just comment below, guys. Can you hear me? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so let's start off with you know let's start. Yes, guys. So, guys, welcome to Crypto Bulls Club. This is your daily Bitcoin news. My name is Soham. Every day on this channel, I show you how you can make money in crypto. If you like money in crypto, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button. As promised, guys, as promised, we are live today and we are gonna give you a better experience, right? So I told you guys on the weekends we are gonna be live and we are gonna be giving you a much better experience than what you guys are used to, right? So if you like this content, smash up the like button right away. Okay, so let's take a quick look. So at this point of time, the total market cap is at about $2.19 trillion, up about 1.3% in the last 24 hours. If I have to talk about Bitcoin, it's pretty much the same price. It's at $43,200, followed by Ethereum is also constant, $3,300. Binance Coin is starting a bit of a rise, but still below $500. And Solana is also pretty much the same price as well. If I had to talk about the top gainers of the day, the top gainers are Aave, which has gained more than 11.6% in the last 24 hours, followed by Osmosis, which is up about 6.6%. FTX, guys, FTX is up 6.6%. I have been telling you about FTX for quite some time now, right? So FTX is up about 6.6%, followed by Helium, which is up 6.5%. So apart from Aave, none of the tokens in the top 100 are up more than 10%. That means it has been a day with sideways consolidation, guys, right? So in this video, we are going to talk about quite a few things. First of all, as usual, we'll take a look at the Bitcoin charts. We'll analyze the Bitcoin charts. We'll try to find out if there is any pattern that we can see. Also, we are going to take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, and there are a few other metrics that we'll show you. I'll also discuss my exit strategy, where I am planning to exit and how I am planning to exit. Apart from that, as always, as every day, we are going to take the Q&As as well. Okay, so guys, let's jump onto the Bitcoin chart. And I believe you can see the chart clearly right now. And if you can see the chart very clearly, can we see, can you let me know by commenting down below very quickly if this experience is better than what we were having for the past few days? Can you comment right now and let me know what do you feel? You can see the charts very, very clearly, right, guys? Just wanted to confirm this before we dive deeper into the chart analysis. Can someone comment quickly below and let us know about the experience? It's fine. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Cool. Okay, then, guys, at this point of time, as I discussed, Bitcoin is coming in at $43,400. We'll take a closer look on the NVT. Mind you, the NVT is coming in currently, it's at red, right? If you can see the screen bigger, you can see it very, very clearly. The NVT is in red right now. which means the momentum is up in the market. What I do not want from the NVT is, we do not want something which is like, which would be similar to this, right, where we had basically a red and then a drop which took Bitcoin all the way down to $30,000 as well. Okay, someone said you can see multiple screens. Comment box, 1 second, guys. Let me close the comment box, 1 second. One second. We are just trying to, solve this very quickly. And by the way, guys, we are live on our Facebook channel as well, right? Facebook page as well. And we are going to be live on both these places every single day at the same time. So if you want to join it, you can join it as well. Okay. The chat, you can close the chat, guys. If you want, you can close the comment box as well, right? You can do that whenever you want. You can actually do that. Okay, guys, so let's jump back onto the charts. I apologize for the experience. This is the first day. That's why we are facing these issues. From tomorrow onwards, it will be back to normal as well, guys. Okay, so yeah, let's jump onto the charts. Cool. So, guys, okay. So we were talking about the NVT. The NVT is currently in red, which is a good sign. If I have to talk about one of the very important things which I have seen very recently is basically, we have been forming a kind of a falling wedge, guys. Okay. If I just draw a line from the top till here, and let me see if I can draw another line from this part. Kind of, it's a kind of a falling wedge that we are seeing right here. If we break to the upside, then the target of the falling wedge generally comes to the top of the wedge as well, right? Okay, so very quickly, if I have to talk about the RSI on the daily time frame, again, the daily time frame, we are facing this resistance right here. But let's see what the RSI is telling us. As you know, the RSI actually tells us that, how is the momentum in the market. But what I am scared of is this a double top that is getting formed on the RSI? If that is the case, if you can see very, very clearly right here, is this a double top that is getting formed on the RSI? If this is the double top, then we can expect the price to again pull down a little bit as well. Okay, guys, and so this is something that we should be definitely looking out for, and this week is extremely crucial. Okay, why is this week crucial? The simple reason is we do not want to close below the $43,800 mark. For people who do not know why the 43,800 is important, we have the EMA ribbon. Okay, we have the EMA ribbon right here. So we have the EMA ribbon right here, and as if you can see clearly, the bottom half of the EMA ribbon is at 43,815. We want to close this. We want to close this body above the EMA ribbon. So there is still about 40. There's still about 1 day, 8 hours left for the weekly closure. And if we do not get a weekly closure, within the EMA ribbon, then we would have treated this as a resistance, and which will not be good for the Bitcoin price. Okay, that is something that we need to keep an eye on. If I could talk about the moving averages on the daily time frame, then on the daily we are below most of the moving averages, as you can see. And more importantly, guys, what I want to tell you is we got the death cross right here. Okay, 14th of Jan was when we got the death cross right here. This could actually mean that we can see certain price decline, but there is absolutely no reason to worry, because as we have discussed multiple number of times, that this tells us what we already know, isn't it? Because of the simple thing that you know uh, this keeps measures the price of the last 50 days as compared to today, and the red one, the 200-day, measures the price of the last 200 days as compared to the present day. And this 200-day has never, in a very less amount of time, it has actually come down, but very seldomly does it come down, right? So this is very important to note. This will keep rising, and this, because we are in a downtrend, the 50-day will keep coming down as well, so there's no surprises there. What I want to talk about is basically the volume that is coming in, right? The volume is extremely critical. I have discussed this multiple number of times earlier as well. As you can see, the major resistance is coming in at about the $48,000. Okay, this is where the maximum volume is coming in. This is the VPVR. This tells us and gives us a good idea about where the resistance could be, right? So that is very important. If you can see this, currently this is holding as a resistance, as here also we saw this as a resistance, and multiple times here as well. So this is important to note. What I also want to discuss with you today is why $40,000 is the most critical level for the Bitcoin price. Okay, why $40,000 is the most critical level? So if we just draw a small rectangle or a small line right here, let me get a horizontal line, and let me go to the $40,000 mark, approximately $40,000 mark. You can see multiple number of times we have treated this as, this has acted as a resistance multiple number of times. You can see this very clearly right here. We treated it as a resistance back here in January of 2021. We got a rejection. We went all the way down to about $28,000. Then we pumped up. Then again we faced resistance. So here we faced some resistance. Here we faced resistance. Then we treated it as a support, and currently also we are treating it as a support. So we have multiple touch points on the $40,000 mark. That tells us that, okay, this is the most critical level of support, and if we break below this, we will not only break the very critical level, but will also break the weekly structure, right? What is the weekly structure? We have been making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, this is important. This is a high, this is a higher high, and this was a low, this was a higher low. If we tend to go below this, this was actually down to about 39,585, and this week we went all the way down to about 39,896. So we are still technically holding this. Okay, this is extremely important to understand. And one other thing which is not looked upon very, it's not given too much of attention, is the Gaussian channel. Okay, right now, guys, okay, right now we are at the median line of the Gaussian channel on the weekly time frame. This is extremely, this is very important, right? This is extremely critical, because if we tend to fall below, this line right here, then probably we can see a movement downwards of this Gaussian channel, okay, below the bottom layer of the Gaussian channel, which would actually mean that the price can easily go below $29,800. Okay, this is extremely important to see. One other concern for me on the Gaussian channel is that if we go to the 5-day chart, okay guys, if we go to the 5-day chart, what we can see is whenever we have entered this Gaussian channel, right, whenever we have entered this Gaussian channel, we have spent on an average about 300 to 400 days. That is approximately a year's time within it. So let's do a quick measurement and let's see that for ourselves. When was the last time we entered this Gaussian channel? We entered this Gaussian channel, so this was short-lived, the previous one. But if we further look to the left, then we can see when on October 2019 we entered and we exited about, okay, this is the price one, sorry, let me get the date range. So we entered on the 23rd of October, we exited about 300 days, about 270 days later, right? So that's approximately 300 days. If we look further left on the charts, we'll be able to see when did we enter the Gaussian channel. We entered the Gaussian channel back here on 12th of March 2018, and then we were in it for close to 415 days. Okay, so this is another proof. If we further look left on the charts, then also we can see very clearly that we entered it back in 2014 March, and we came out of it after 585 days. Okay, that was a prolonged bear market that we were into. Right now, what we can see is we are basically, you know, we are below this median line on the 5-day chart. Okay, this is the 5-day chart, as you can see right here. We are below the Gaussian channel, and we need to break above it very, very quickly. Okay, there was a period down back in July when we were below the Gaussian channel for some time, the median line of the Gaussian channel for some time, and then we went above and we broke above it. We came down, okay, and treated this level. Okay, we treated the median line as a support, and then we went and made the new all-time highs of $69,000. So it is important for us to actually break above this Gaussian channel. This acts as a quicksand as well, guys. Okay, so this is extremely, extremely critical, right? Now, let's now move on to the Bitcoin dominance chart. Okay, before going to the Bitcoin dominance chart, there's also one more thing, right? On the daily time frame, what we are seeing is we are actually below the 50 week. Okay, let me close all the other moving averages and let's only have the 50 week. That is important. So this is the 50 week that we have right here, guys. Okay, and we have clearly closed a body of a candle below the 50 week. That was last week. All right, what we do not want, guys, is we go up to the 50 week and treat this as a resistance and then come down. If that happens, then the bear market is gonna be very, very difficult to sustain for us, right? When was the last time we closed a complete body of a candle below the 50 week? It was back in March 2020 when we came down, and this was the week of 9th of March, and the Bitcoin price came all the way from about $8,000 to the lows of $3,800, and we finally went above it as well. But this was a black swan event. Let's take further look on the left. No, let's look further left on the chart. What we can see right here, this is important to understand. Why I was concerned about, we should not treat this as a resistance, because back in 2018 when we came below the 50 week, okay, we came below the 50 week, we again treated it as a resistance and we started moving sideways. We again went up in the week of 23rd of July 2018. We tried breaking above it, but again we got a rejection, and then the Bitcoin price went all the way from $8,500 to the lows of about $3,100 as well, right? And if you have to talk about the market cycle peak, the peak was at $20,000, as we all know. And this, my friends, this was a pullback of approximately 85% in a period of a year. Okay, so this is not something that is too much exciting for me, right? So if you want to see my exit strategy, comment right now if you want to see the exit strategy. Okay, I'll share it today as well. Moving on to the Bitcoin dominance chart. Now, this market cycle has been different from the other market cycles that we have seen so far in many aspects, right? This cycle has, we have seen, rounding of tops, unlike the blow of tops we have seen in the previous market cycles. But for this one, what is important to note is the Bitcoin dominance, right? Bitcoin dominance is playing a picture unlike any other market cycle. Whenever it's getting an opportunity to move sideways, Bitcoin is moving sideways, this dominance is actually coming down. Currently, it's at 39.57, guys, right? And the lowest for this market cycle is about 39.51 or 56, okay? 5.1 approximately. If you can see this, if I zoom into this, this was the previous week wherein it went all the way to about 39.31, actually, not 31.51. So this is also very important to understand. And now, what is important is basically that we are forming a three bottom, right? Triple bottom we are forming. As you can see, this was one bottom, this was another one, this is another one. This is generally a bullish thing, right? We can expect the Bitcoin dominance to go up. That means the altcoins may suffer, it may suffer, right? So this is important to understand. But currently we are at a very, very critical level of support. What is that level of support? The level of support is 39.56, right? We are just above 39.56. We are at 39.5758 currently, because if we break below, if we get a weekly closure below 39.5. Okay, if we get a weekly closure below 39.5 on the Bitcoin dominance chart, then we are going to have the craziest altcoin season ever in the history. Okay, I personally feel we are going to the lows of 34 or even lower than that as well, right? And that would mean, the alts will rally amazingly well, right? So that is something that needs to be taken into consideration. Now, there are a few other charts that I would like to discuss today, and let's jump on. Also, what are the some of the altcoins that you would want me to analyze, right? Do let me know by commenting below, and I would take up those in the Q&A, and I would analyze them for you right on the fly as well. Okay, so let me know by commenting below. Right. So let's quickly jump on. This is the Bitcoin investor tool, and it's a 2-year MA moving average multiplier. What do we have over here? There are three colors basically, as you can see. The blue color is the Bitcoin price, the green color is the 2-year moving average, and the red one is the 2-year moving average multiplied by 5. Now, what is this actually telling us? That this is important to understand, right? Now, what we can see from the previous market cycles, this was 2011, this was 2013, and this was 2017. What we have seen here is whenever we are crossing the red line, whenever the Bitcoin price is crossing the red line, it means that the blow off top is very near, and it is actually Bitcoin is way overbought, right? And we may see crazy returns for the next week or 10 days, and then the week or 10 days time there will be the market cycle peak, right? So this is absolutely important to understand. But as you can see right here, back in April, May, we were very close to this red line. This red line was at about $65,000, and we went all the way to about $64,000. So we were very close to the red line. But if I were to talk about the present day, guys, the present day, the red line is at $148,000, right? So if Bitcoin has to pump, if Bitcoin has to, if this has to hold true, and if the bottom is near for Bitcoin, guys, right, then what we need to see is a pump to about 148 or above in the next few weeks, and then this will hold true. But this, at this point of time, doesn't seem too likely. Okay, this is also we should take into consideration. Now, the next chart that I want to analyze is the R hodl chart. What does this indicate? The R hodl ratio. So this indicator uses a ratio of the realized value hodl waves. Okay, in summary, the realized value hodl waves are different age bands of the coins, and R hodl ratio looks at the ratio between the R hodl band of 1 week versus the R hodl band of 1 to 2 years. Okay, in short, what we need to understand is that whenever this red line, okay, this red line is the R hodl ratio. You can see right here, okay, that this red line is the R hodl ratio. Whenever this red line is entering into this box, we can safely assume that the Bitcoin has topped out for that particular market cycle. But if you can see right here, we are nowhere even close to this red box, right? So we are way off the red box. The red box is about, I don't, it's at huge price levels, but we are way off the red box currently as well. The next chart that I want to analyze is basically the MVRV score. By the way, guys, if you want to analyze these tokens, these are available on lookintobitcoin.com. Okay, so these are available on lookintobitcoin.com. What this actually tells us is the realized cap, that is the yellow line. What exactly is the realized cap? I'll explain to you later. The Bitcoin price and the Z score. Okay, the Bitcoin price is the blue line, the yellow line is the realized cap, and the Z score is this red graph that you see. Now let's take a quick look on what exactly does this mean, right? So the market value, the blue line, is the current market price, as we explained. Now let's take a quick look on the realized value. What does this mean, right? So what it takes into consideration is, rather than taking the current price of Bitcoin, the realized value takes the price of each Bitcoin when it was last moved. That is the last time it was sent from one wallet to other. It then adds up all those individual prices and takes an average of them. Okay, this is important to understand. It then multiplies that average price by the total number of coins in circulation. In doing so, it strips out the short-term market sentiments that we have within the market value metric. So basically, guys, to keep things simple, one thing is very, very important. What is that one thing? This red stripe box has to enter this box again. If we are not entering this box, then of course we could be in trouble as well, right? So guys, uh, I would be sharing my exit strategy with you guys. So if you want me to analyze any other altcoins in the Q&A, then we are open to that as well. Okay, so just to let you guys know, right? So okay, now to discuss my exit strategy for Bitcoin, the most important level for Bitcoin is, as I discussed, is the $40,000 level, right? This is the most valuable level that we are seeing. Now there are two ways to look onto it. Okay, now if you would have bought Bitcoin in upwards of 45, 50, $60,000, then it could be a little bit of a challenge for for us. But basically, if you have bought Bitcoin earlier, because I bought Bitcoin, okay, I had bought Bitcoin at 43, 44, then I had flipped it in the last pump as well, right? So that is also that we did. So listen this carefully, guys. This is the exit strategy which you had been demanding, right? So this is important to notice. Now, what is important to see is basically that uh, okay, now what is important to see is, guys, whenever if we close a weekly candle below the EMA ribbon, I'm probably gonna book my profits for, for there again, as I've discussed, there is about, two parts of my portfolio. One is the hodl part, and another one is the trading part. The hodl part is which I generally do not touch, but what I would think is probably, if we close below the EMA ribbon, the complete body of the EMA ribbon, then I'm going to book my profits, and at least some profits, so that I have cash in my hand whenever Bitcoin is going low, right? And the bear market will come, guys. Okay, has it already come? I do not know, but the bear market is a truth. It has to come. So what I want to be is, I want to be prepared for it. Okay, I want to be prepared for it, and and I need to have cash in my hand so that I am able to, basically buy in the lower rates, guys. Okay, I bought here at $32,000, right? 32, $33,000. I bought Bitcoin, and for the other tokens, now if some of the cryptos, some of the altcoins that I have booked are not in profit, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at their value against Bitcoin, against Ethereum, and possibly against BNB. Okay, why BNB? Because BNB or the exchange tokens are the ones which perform well in the bear market as compared to some of the other altcoins, right? So in the bear market, I'm going to buy more and more BNB, buy more BN, more and more FTX as well. Okay, so this is important to understand. Now, if I'm in profit for some of the altcoins, look, I book profits regularly, as I mentioned multiple number of times, and if I am not booking my profits regularly, then I would be in a lot of trouble, guys. Why? Because, for example, Sandbox, it went all the way, I don't know, probably $8.50 as well, right? I booked at around $7, but I bought low. I bought at $2.5, so it was absolutely fine for me. I could have hold. I booked some profit at around $7, and I'm waiting for it. If I have a buy order placed at the 20-week, which is at $3.15 approximately. So I have my buy order placed at those levels, and we will keep on, buying for other coins which we are basically, not in profit in terms of USDT. I'll sell them in BTC. I'll consider which is giving me the most profit. Either it's the value against Bitcoin or it's the value against Ethereum, right? Very few I will look to sell into BNB, right? So that is the strategy. It's a very simple strategy, and I do not strongly do not believe of holding on to coins through the bear market, because it is very very difficult for anyone to actually hold on to the coins for the complete market, bear market, right? And seeing your portfolio go down by 80-85%. Why do I say 80-85%? We just discussed, right? From this particular top, right, from this top right here to the bottom, it's about 85% drop. Okay, if we take an again we take look on the left, 2013-14 market cycle, again from this drop to this drop was again 86%, right? Do I believe that it's going to drop again 85%? I do not think so. It's going to drop 85%, but I strongly believe anywhere between 50 to 75% drop is always on the cards, right? And we already saw a 50% drop. If you just look here, we this was a 50% drop right here. Wasn't this a bear market? You could say that it was a bear market for a small period of time. At least all the technicals were recommending it. It was a drop of about 55%. So technically, in stock market, if anything is falling more than 20%, it's considered to be a bear market. Here it crypto, okay, we can assume 40-50%, but Bitcoin went, went it lost its value more than 55%. That's important. And will that be a bear market? Possibly. Now, let's assume it loses about, let's assume 69,000 was the top. Okay, first understand this thing. Let's assume 69,000 was the top. And then if we lose about, let's say 85%, where will it come? Okay, let's say it loses 85%. It will come approximately to about $10,500, right? Do I feel $10,500 is going to come? No, I do not feel that. Okay, I don't think we are going ever to $10,000 with the Bitcoin price, right? If we are going, I'm going to just, I don't know what I'm going to sell, but I'm going to sell and fill up my bags with Bitcoin. Okay, that's a truth. That's a commitment, right? Why I do not feel that it's not going to go to $10,000? It's important to understand. Let's take a look on the moving averages, and let's take a look on the 200-week moving average. Okay, we're just going to see the 200-week, no else, nothing apart from that, right? If we look left on the chart, what we can see is that currently the 200-week is at $19,100, right? And by the time Bitcoin reaches, look, it's not going to be a free fall to $20,000. It's not going to happen, right? By the time this rises, okay, by the time this rises, okay, and Bitcoin, the 200-week might very well be around the $30,000 mark as well, right? And then we can expect a pullback. Okay, what will the percentage be if we see a pullback down to $30,000? Let's see that. Okay, if we see a $30,000 pullback, it will be a pullback of about 56%, which is always on the cards. And where will the 75% pullback take us? 75% pullback will take us on the current date. Also, it will take us below the present 200-week moving average. Okay, it will take us to about 17,300. I don't think so that is going to happen, guys. Okay, that is not going to happen. Historically, this 200-week has proven to be an excellent buying level. Okay, excellent buying level. If you let's take take a look on the charts, how much you would have gained if you would have bought at the 200-week. All right. Let's take, for example, you bought it here in 2015. When was the next market cycle peak? It was in 2017. How much you would have bought? 9,500% over a period of 1,000 days. Okay, so that's crazy return, isn't it? Okay, now let's take a look here. If you would have bought in December 2018, okay, that was the 200-week. How much you would have bought here? You would have got about 300% hike, right? If you would have bought in the last time we tested the 200-week, when was this? This was back in March of 2020. How much you would have earned? You would have earned 1,000% here and about 1,100% here, right? So you would have earned more than 1,000%, right? If you have the patience. That's why I constantly repeat, I constantly tell you guys that patience is the key. Just hold on. Do not take extra leverages. Do not buy into them, because if you do, we might be in a trouble, right? So that is something that is very very important, and have cash in hand. It's extremely important, right? For me, I may not sell my bag of crypto because I have disposable cash at my hand, right? If you do not, then you need to book profits very very regularly, guys, right? So this is why it is important to book profits regularly. I always tell you guys that you should be booking profits very very regularly, because if you're not booking profits regularly, you will not have cash to buy, right? BTC mining, I'll share. I think someone asked about BTC mining. I'll share out whatever content I might find on the BTC mining on our Telegram channel. If you make sure you join our Telegram channel, guys, right? That's very very important. You need to join our Telegram channel. Okay. So okay, jumping back here. So I was telling you that it is extremely important. Now one other thing which I have seen, okay, some people are talking about it, so I thought, why not bring it up to you guys? Okay, what is it that they're talking about? What they are talking about is a kind of a scenario which played out and which actually liquidated the shorts as well as the longs. What are they? What you can see right here, guys, uh, let me quickly get this. Let me quickly get the okay. Let me quickly get the head and shoulders pattern. Right, that would be important for us to understand how we can actually get that right. So what we can see right here is we actually formed a head. This is in blue. Let me change the color. Okay, so this was a head which we formed. Then there was, this was the head that we formed. Then there, shoulder, pardon me. This was the shoulder. This was the head. This was the head right here. Again, basically, uh, this was the left shoulder, right shoulder, and this is where we broke down, and this was supposedly the neckline. Okay, this was the supposedly neckline. What we can see over here is, instead of going down, because the head and shoulders pattern generally breaks to the downside. Okay, what was the technical target? Technical target was way below $30,000, right? It was about, let me see, it was at crazy $2,600. It would have never gone there, that is for sure. But we could have expected it to go down to 20,000, 14. Even I expected it to go down to about 20,000, $25,000, but it did not go there, right? What we are, instead of going down, what it did, it actually moved up like this, isn't it? It moved up like this, right? So what we can expect right here, this is important, right? What we can expect right here, uh, according, if this pattern repeats one more time, then we can expect a move to the upside. How? Let's see. This is the left shoulder that is getting formed. This was the left shoulder. This was the head, right? This was the head right here. And my friends, this was your right shoulder. Okay, this was the right shoulder, and this was the neckline, right? We are right at the neckline right now. Okay, if this does not break through to $30,000 or below, right, I feel the worst case scenario could be $30,000, right? It may take some time. Bitcoin may move sideways for considerable amount of time, but if we do see a similar repetition of this, we can expect Bitcoin to go upwards of 75,000 dollars and make new all-time high. That is also on the cards. That is very very possible. But do I believe in this? Quite honestly, I do not. Right, I do not believe in this, because it's just playing around with the patterns, right? It's just playing around with the patterns, and we have broken below the neckline, guys. Okay, we have broken below the neckline. And also be very very cautious with your Bitcoin trades of late. Why? Because we just, for people who joined late, we have a double top on the daily Bitcoin chart on the RSI side. Okay, if you can see this on this chart as well. Okay, this is absolutely clear. If you can see this, right, this is a double top. That's why I always recommend to use this line chart whenever you are about to read through patterns. Because if we break through this, right, if we break through this, what is the price target that we are getting? This, the neckline. And if I just place this again, it will come to about $41,000, which is absolutely possible, right, guys? And if I talk about the Fibonacci levels, yeah, we might, the neckline is coming exactly at 42,500, which is a 78.6. And don't be surprised if we break below this 41 and then go to 39 $40,000 as well. Okay. That is also very, very important. Also, what is adding fuel to this fire is the RSI. Again, RSI, on the daily RSI, if you can see very clearly, this is a double top. This was a double top. Double tops and double bottoms are the most convincing patterns that you should analyze, guys. Okay, that is extremely, extremely, extremely crucial. And this is a double top. I expect a pull down anytime soon. So be very, very, very cautious, right? And yeah, be cautious with your trades. If you have longed anything, uh, I would not. I haven't traded into the futures or leverage trading. I haven't done leverage trading for quite some time, to be honest with you guys. Right? I haven't done that. The simple reason is the market is very, very uncertain, and we do not know which way it may go. Right? So this is extremely, extremely important to note. Right? If we take a look on the stochastic RSI, again, the stochastic RSI is actually pointing up, but it has moved sideways. Don't be surprised if we see a pull down from here. Okay, I'm expecting a from the for the short term period, I'm expecting a pull down, right? So guys, yeah, that's about the Bitcoin analysis. Now it's time for the Q&A. I have a few coins that people have asked me to analyze. We have Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum is, people ask me what is my favorite altcoin. It has to be Ethereum, guys. Okay, it is Ethereum without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, let me see. Nothing. Okay, I have a lot of lines drawn on the chart. Pardon me for that. Okay. So for Ethereum as well, things are not looking too different. Okay, on the daily time frame, as you can see, we have been making lower lows, we are making lower highs as well. This is a clear downtrend. If anyone is telling you that this is an uptrend, this is not. Simply, they do not know how to read a chart, or they are lying to you for some of their benefits. I do not know what kind of benefit it could be, but this is an absolutely, absolutely downtrend. Okay, I have certain lines drawn right here. If I can show them to you, if I may, let me change this color if I can. Will I be able to? Let me see if I am able to change this color. Okay, no issues. So what I'll do is I'll move on to the candlestick chart here, and I'll have these lines of resistances drawn. Okay, these are nothing but Fibonacci levels. These are nothing but Fibonacci levels that we have, and each and every Fibonacci level has acted as a support and resistance. If you can see here, right now we are below this one, which is 3,357. Right, all of these are Fibonacci levels, and each of one of them, even we have it. I think I have it up to, I think, $10,000 or $8,000. Yes, yeah, $13,000 is the last one I have there, right? So as you can see here, this is acting as a strong resistance. If you like this content, guys, if you like this kind of content, please smash up the like button if you may, right? We have 10 people watching. Can we get 10 likes right away? Because this tells YouTube that the content we are preparing is relevant for you people. And let's make some noise for the algorithm. Okay, we are here, we are calm, but let's make noise for the algorithm. Okay, let's get 10 likes right away. Okay, now jumping back to this chart again, 1 second. Okay, so here what you can see is we are in a downtrend currently, and these are the important Fibonacci levels. We have broken this. Okay, we have broken this important level of support. uh, Not too important, but yeah, we tried holding it for a few times. If you can see this, not much really. Yes, we have like three touch points. It's okay. It was kind of a, if you have been following our channel, you would be knowing that I like to draw lines on the chart, right? So it was just another line in the chart. Just wanted to see if there's any trend which we can understand. And yeah, currently Ethereum is below this level. And on the 4 hourly, if I have to talk about some short term trading opportunities on Ethereum, let me see if I have any. Again, RSI, guys. My go-to indicator is the RSI. Okay, tells us about bearish divergences, bullish divergences. Do we have any? I don't think so. This was a bullish divergence. If you have seen, I told you about this bullish divergence right here. Okay, this was a bullish divergence. Price made lower low, and the RSI made uh, the higher low. Okay, so yeah, this was a bullish divergence that we had. And of course, this played out pretty well actually. But Ethereum went from the lows of about, okay, let me see this. It was at about $2,900. It went to about $3,400, which is not bad at all. Okay, this is not bad at all. Currently, it's at a resistance, which is important, and there's no divergence that I can see currently on the Ethereum chart. What I can expect is I am expecting tomorrow, it could be a correction for the Bitcoin price. Okay, we can see a correction for the Bitcoin price coming in as well, right? So yeah, be very, very cautious about your trades. If I have to talk about uh, the moving averages, then on the 4 hourly, yeah, as you can see, let me just get this thing out. Okay, so if we talk about the moving averages, let me get the moving averages, guys. So Ethereum is currently, and this is the 4 hourly time frame. Let me go to the daily one. On the daily time frame, we are below the 200-day, which means, yeah, possibly bear market scenario. But what I expect, guys, I told this in yesterday's video as well, is that I'm expecting us to form this kind of a double bottom right here for all coins, right? It may come down, test these levels again, and then pump up, right? So that will be important to understand as well, right? Okay, what is the next coin, guys? So we are in the Q&A session. What is the next coin that you want us to analyze? Let's get that. What is the next coin do you want us to analyze? Uh, Sand. Sand is becoming the community favorite. It seems it's one of my favorites, by the way. Okay. Right. So on the daily time frame, what I feel for sand is we might be coming here, creating a double bottom, and then seeing a rise. If I talk about the important levels, if I have to talk about the important Fibonacci levels, then currently Sandbox is trading at a 4.86, just above the important support of 4.79. Okay, this is important to note. And for our members, we bought at 4.21 as well for our premium members, right? So we have a trading group as well as a group for IDO investments. I do not want to bring this up, but yeah, some of our members, we just bought sand at 4.2 as well, and yeah, traded it at around this range. 61.8 is important to note. And from the RSI perspective, let's see if we have any death cross, or sorry, any bullish divergence or bearish divergence. I don't see any, to be honest, on the daily time frame. Let's see on the 4 hourly. Do we have anything? Uh, uh, no, I don't see anything, to be honest. Here, there is absolutely. It's kind of sideways movement for Sandbox again, and yeah, not much again, not much of a movement here. We expect probably sideways movement or upside movement for Sandbox. What is the next token? Mana, again, Metaverse tokens. Guys, what I would like to tell you is, we are preparing more and more content related to NFTs. So I would really appreciate if you can share those videos with your friends and family, because NFTs are in a bull market, right, guys? I'll show you one chart which will actually tell you that the NFTs are in a bull market. Okay, we'll come to that later part of the video as well. So currently for Mana, again, it's above $3, which is good thing. If I have to talk about the Fibonacci on the, let's get on the daily time frame. Okay, this is important. Let me, yes, so it's above the critical level of support. This was an inverse head and shoulder, by the way, guys. Okay, I see an inverse head and shoulder here on the, which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. If you have to draw this from here till here, yeah, this was an inverse head and shoulder. Price target is approximately, if we break up, okay, if and if only if we break up, $3.32. If I merge that with a, yeah, perfectly, it's coming exactly to the the 50% Fibonacci level, right? So this is important as well. On the RSI as well, there's not a head and shoulders, but yeah, it's bullish divergence, as I can see right here. That's why we saw this pump. If it breaks to the upside, if it breaks the level of $3.05, you can expect 332 for Mana as well, guys. Okay, any other token that you want me to analyze, guys? Any other token very quickly? Is there any other token? LRC is there. I see LRC. Okay. I like LRC, to be very honest with you, right? Uh, on the daily time frame, it's at a support of 138. It's above that. That's good. And if we see the RSI, jumping from here, if you see the RSI moving up from here, then that would be a bullish divergence. Okay. Why bullish divergence? Price will make a lower low, RSI will make a higher low, which means the bullish divergence can see upwards price movement, and by doing it, it will form a beautiful W pattern with the neckline being at around 1.62 or 61. And if we get that, the price target would approximately be at, yes, it would be at $1.83, right? So, yeah, small trades, which is important to understand. And yeah, we can do that as well. Small trades, we can start taking some small trades as well. Okay, guys. Is there anything else? Is there anything that you would like me to cover? I wanted to talk about the NFT market. So let me quickly get that. Okay, I have it bookmarked it here somewhere. Okay. So guys, you can do this analysis on your own as well. This is called Dune.xyz. This provides analytics on top of OpenSea and on top of all the most of the chains like Ethereum and Polygon as well. I discussed the exit strategy, Rachit. I discussed it, like for example, we would be basically what we are doing, right, and what are the things that we'll be doing, right. So very quickly, just to recap, if BTC closes below the weekly MA ribbon, I will probably look at closing some of my BTC positions, at least 50, 25, 30%, 50% of my Bitcoin positions. If and for altcoins, I'll take two scenarios into consideration. If I'm in profit in terms of USDT, then probably I'll buy some USDT if I'm seeing BTC going down. And if we see we are in profits in BTC, Ethereum, or BNB, we'll convert it into either of those coins, right? Given which one has given me the highest potential return, right? So, okay, so speaking about NFTs, again, guys, NFTs are in a bull market, right? There's no doubt about it. Look at this daily volume. Look at this daily volume on, this is Ethereum, guys, and the gas fees is crazy, but still people are just going for it, right? And look at the monthly volume, and it's only about 15 days and we have crossed $3 billion already, which is the highest. The highest is in month of August, right, when the NFTs will actually made more than $3.4 billion, right. the total sales. I strongly believe we are going to cross the $3.4 billion this month, and we are going to do it easily. Easy, absolutely easy cheesy, no problem at all. Okay, no problem at all. Also, what I feel is what this data actually tells us is the OpenSea monthly NFT sold. Now, if you just match these two columns, you will see that the volume for the NFTs is lower, right? However, the price is high. That means the price per NFT has gone up considerably. This is important to note as well, right? This is important to note. And yes, guys, NFTs are in a bull market. We are going to cover more and more NFTs. If you want more and more NFTs, comment NFT right now. If you are sharing this video, if you're commenting this video, it helps us to grow more and more, right? And what is the benefit if you're growing more and more? For example, we now have a deal for rise of relegos NFT deals, right? And if we grow the community to a certain volume, then we'll have more and more deals to offer to you guys. Also, I'll have monthly giveaways. Now, this is absolutely clear to you guys that the monetization has not started for my channel. Okay, when the monetization starts, and we are not too far off from it, when the monetization starts, definitely we will share some benefits with our community. So you join our Telegram channel as well. That's important. Okay. And yeah, if I have to talk about Polygon as well, again, Polygon is also doing pretty decently, right? For Polygon, December was crazy. Okay, December was absolutely crazy. We did like more than 70, more than $76 million, $761 million. Okay, that was important as well. And again, the NFT, this clearly reflects the Polygon price as well. And I've been a follower of Polygon ever since, right? So this is important to note. Okay, and how to find top NFTs? You can follow our channel very closely. We are going to cover more and more NFTs, more and more ideas as well, and do these TAs, right? So we are just getting started with this TA, these live sessions. And for guys who do not know, we are on Facebook as well. So we are live on YouTube as well as Facebook. So we are live on both the places. So make sure you join us at both these places. Okay, this is extremely crucial. At least join our, smash the like button on our page, and there's a Facebook group as well. You can join it as well, right? Okay, so I don't think so there is any more questions. So I personally feel that Bitcoin could see a move to the downside. Trade very wisely. If I just quickly refresh this CoinGecko, Bitcoin is coming in at about, yeah, same price, 43,450. Not much of a movement. And yes, guys, I'm expecting a downside movement to be honest, right? So, okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay blessed, stay happy, take very good care of yourself. Bye bye for now, guys.